Amen. All right, go find a seat in the Bible. A seat in the Bible. And while you're finding your seat, I've got to do a quick announcements because I'm a bum and I keep forgetting. All right. The first one is this. Ski trip signups are open. If you're wanting to go ski or hang out with us while other people ski, you're welcome to come do that with us. Go to SnyderStudents.com, find all the information there. I don't have time to tell you about it. All right, you ready? So that's that one. In 2 weeks is our next Converge service. We'll have the middle school here. Converge costume party. If you don't know, that's the week before Halloween. Hopefully by then you already have your costume. And it'll also be cereal night. What does that mean? I'm happy you asked. Cereal night means you will bring your favorite cereal. Or a cereal. I won't know if it's your favorite or not. You'll bring a cereal. We'll provide bowls, milk, all that, and we'll just have a big smorgasbord of cereal. If you don't like cereal, it's not going to go well. If you like cereal, this is going to be like the best night of your entire existence. All right? So bring cereal. All right, what have we been talking about for the past 4 weeks? 3 weeks. Invest, right? We've been talking about investing. We've been talking about where you're spending your time, who you're allowing to invest in you. What are you investing in? Because the reality is we're all investing in something. We're all investing, right? The first week we talked about allowing things to invest in you. You have to decide. It's your decision. I can't force you. Even though you're here, I can't force you to participate. I can't force you to listen. I can't force you to learn. I can't force you to do that. And I'm under no delusions that I can. Right? The next week, we talked about your team. Who's on your team? Who are you allowing to invest into your life? And this week, what we're going to talk about is your time. Now, you obviously know the answer to this based upon it. What do you believe is the most valuable possession you have? Your time, right? I did not do a good job leading into that question to leave any other choices of that, right? Some people may say it's their friends. Well, you can always find new friends. There's always somebody else, Lord willing, who will be willing to be your friend. You can always get more stuff. There's no possession you have that is more valuable than your time because you can always find new stuff. What about your money? You can always get more money. Your family is a close second. You can survive without your family, although I wish no harm on anybody's family. But you can't survive without time. Time is the most valuable possession you have. Every minute you spend, you cannot get back. Every hour you spend, you cannot have it back. You can't earn it back. You can't pay for it to get it back. You can't chase it down and force it to come back. Every single minute you spend doing something is a minute you will never have again. It's gone forever. We all have the same amount. It doesn't matter how rich you are, how smart you are, how clever you are. We all have the same amount of time. And once we spend it, it's gone. It is by far your most valuable possession. Because there's nothing you can do to get it back. And as we think about that, we're going to be seeing what are we investing our time in. Where are you investing your time? What are you putting time into? What are you spending time doing? Where are you investing your time? Because the big key here is you're investing your time somewhere. I think sometimes we like to pretend that I'm not investing my time anywhere. No, every minute of every day you have put somewhere. It will go somewhere. It has to. And that's the other vicious thing about time. You can't hit pause and be like, let me figure it out. You guys ever see the movie Click? Right? You can't hit pause and say, well, give me a minute to figure this out. It keeps ticking by. It keeps on going. Every minute you have is gone. What are you spending your time on? I love this quote here I found. Time is free, but it's priceless. You can't own it, but you can use it. You can't keep it, but you can spend it. Once you've lost it, you can never get it back. So go to Psalm 39. Go to Psalm 39 as we talk about time. I'm going to try to be quick here. Since that stuff's running a little bit over, I'll try to get you out of here. As we talk about time, we go to Psalm 39. Psalm 39 is a lament psalm. David is crying out, pouring out his anguish. He's most likely to the point of death, and he writes this psalm. He's probably very sick. Psalm 39, 4 through 5. Show me, Lord, my life's end and the number of my days. Let me know how fleeting my life is. You have made my days a mere hand's breadth. The span of my years is nothing before you. Everyone is but a breath, even those who seem secure. So he starts off by saying, God, show me my days. Help me understand how many days I have. And in comparison to God, he says, we are nothing more than a vapor. If you guys got to it last week, Solomon describes life as hebel, right? It's a vapor, it's a mist, it's a wind. And that's what David uses the exact same thing here. He keeps going in verse 36. Surely everyone goes around like a mere phantom. In vain they rush about, heaping up wealth without knowing whose it will finally be. Right? Everyone goes around like a phantom, like a mist. They heap up wealth. And I love how he ends that, without knowing whose it will finally be. What happens to your money when you die? You get to keep it? No. It goes to somebody else. Our lives are a ticking clock, and people spend their lives earning money just for it to end up with someone else. And that's kind of what David says here. He's like, man, look at all the money I have. Look at all the stuff I have. He's like, God, teach me, help me understand how many days I have. Help me understand how short life is. Here's an interesting statistic. If I can find it. Teens spend an average of 7 hours a day on their phones. Do you guys think you're right in line with that, or below that, or above that? Does that feel about right? 7 hours a day? Below that? Right? Teens spend an average of 7 hours a day on their phone. That's insane. That's insane. That's a full-time job. You can work a full-time job for that. You can learn to do anything in the world you ever wanted to learn to do. You can become an expert within months on anything. Right? What are you spending your time in? Our time is ticking away, and teens are spending an average of 7 hours a day on their phone. What are we spending our time on? And maybe a more important question is this, as we think through this, is this what you really want? Is spending 7 hours a day on your phone, is sitting in school acting like nothing's going on, is wasting your time at practice, coming here and wasting your time here, is that really what you want? When you sit down and you get down to the bottom of it and you look at your phone, you look at video games, you look at all this stuff that's taking your time, and understand, I'm not saying your phone or video games are evil, but you look at all this stuff that's taking your time, can you answer that question honestly? Is this what you really want? Is this where you want to spend your entire time? Is this where you want your life to go? As it slowly ticks away, every minute you can't get back. And David says, teach me, show me my days. And I love Psalm 90:12. Teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. Lord, show me, teach me how to understand how much time I have left. Because only when we understand that our days are fleeting, when we are a mist, when every minute we spend doing something is gone, will we understand wisdom. Right? Because now all of a sudden you use your time in the way you should. Now all of a sudden you begin to realize every minute I spend doing something I don't want to do is a minute I can't spend doing something I do want to do. He says, teach us to number our days. Only when we understand how short our life is will we use it well. Only when we finally grasp how short this life is, how fast this life goes by. And when you're in your life groups, talk to your leaders. Ask them how fast life goes by. How fast life goes by. Only then are we going to understand how to use it well. And the Bible describes using it well, and you'll talk about that hopefully in your life groups, but the Bible describes anything we do for Christ, anything we do for God, using it well. Anything that'll last beyond here is using it well. So I'm going to ask Giles and Tony to come up. Like I said, I was going to keep it short and sweet and quick so you can get to your life groups. That's where I want you to be. The question is here, what are you investing your time into? What are you allowing to take your time? Where's your time going? What are you allowing to take it? You can go ahead and start laying them down. As Tony's laying these down, what are you allowing to take your time? What are you allowing to ruin your life by taking every minute you have away? And only you can answer that. I can't answer that for you. And you know something in your life that's taking your time away, that's hurting you in that way. What are you allowing to take that away? What are you investing in? And more pertinent to the question tonight, what do you want to invest more of your time in? Lord willing, it's spiritually. I hope you want to get closer to God. I hope you want to get closer here. I hope you'd want to join our band that spends a lot of time practicing. I hope you want to invest in things that last for an eternity, where thieves and rust don't destroy. But the reality is we all have something in our life that's taking our time, and we all have things in our life we say, man, if I only had a few more minutes, I'd invest doing this. When we realize every minute we spend is gone forever, what is it you actually want to spend some time in? So I want you to take a second. We'll do a little slower this evening. I want you to just take a second to think about that, and then in a minute I'll release you guys to come up here and then go to your life group. So just take a second and think about that. What do you want to invest more of your time in? You guys go ahead and come on up. Just write a couple things out, man. What are some things you're wanting to commit to investing more time in, spending more time in, allowing to invest in you time-wise? And then you guys will go with your leaders. You'll head out to your life groups.
Will put my trust in you alone, and I will not be shaken. Jesus, the name above every other name. Jesus, the only one who could ever save. Worthy of every breath we could ever breathe. We live for you. We live for you. Holy, there is